Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. Today, we're going to be focusing on important dates of June. Now, as a channeler and a spiritual mentor, what I focus on is those important days that I energetically pick up on that will have some sort of opening to create something new, or opening to disturb you, or opening to have a lesson coming in. So I will specify each date what it means, but it is all energetic. It is me sitting down, channeling, and noticing the possibilities and the potential. Now, I never do this to scare anyone. I do it to give you a conscious knowing of the tools that you might want to be using the most in certain days. So let's say that one day there's a bit of a lesson coming in. I'll tell you, you know what? Let's use the tool of patience. Let's use the tool of reaction a little bit less. Let's connect to the tool of wisdom. Usually, when you want to use the tool of wisdom, you want to take information and use the tool of discernment. So, it's really about knowing how to dance with life on a day to day basis without really feeling like you're out of control, although you're always in the unknown. So it's a little bit of a guide to walk into the unknown and the unexpected, sensing the energy. So any date I give you, I invite you to notice the energy around you that day. Okay, but how do I feel? Do I really pick up on this energy Lex is talking about? Or am I connecting to something different? That's completely fine as well. It's more of what I see collectively, and you decide if it resonates with you or not. Now, let's start. So, happy June 1st, first of all. Secondly, this month, I talked about the month on the episode before this one. I invite you to listen to it. But this month has very specific dates that when I was channeling, they came through very strongly. And they were more about focusing on the new version of you rather than the past. So there's this very important focus to not be thinking about the past. We did all the inner work the first 6 months of the year. Right now, it's all about your new self, the self you're building. We're always going through evolution. Yes, our essence is always the same, but we're always outgrowing something. It's part of life. Doesn't mean you're in a chase. It doesn't mean you should completely change your life. Or sometimes I hear people saying, oh my God, then I need a new career. Or is my relationship the right one? Evolution is not even about those huge changes or those quantum leaps people talk about. It's more about that inner work that helps you get to know yourself at a deeper level, where maybe what used to be a problem becomes just a past lesson. So it can be even as small as I used to wake up anxious and now I don't, because now I understand that I do have a to-do list that can be smaller and that can be simplified into what I truly want to do and what I have to do. Sometimes we do have to do certain things, and I can spread it out in a week rather than telling myself every single day I have to do all of it. Simple as that. That's just an example of how change and evolution can just be practical and simple. Now, spiritually, if you are living and experiencing and not necessarily just following patterns, your life experience can be different every single day, even if you have the same routine, same habits. You can connect to different people, you can have a different feeling. There can be spontaneous energy walking into your life, and that makes just life very enthusiastic. That's when you hear about synchronicities, feeling connected. So it's all about grounding that presence in the now. But okay. The first date I really want to talk about is June 9th. But you're going to feel the energy more around June 12th, June 13th. June 9th is all about that perspective with strength. I want you that day to choose the perspective you want to live by. Almost like letting go of all the data you have from life. Like, okay, I have this data. I captured this data from life, but I want to discover something new. I want to walk into the unknown. What will be my perspective in this unknown? My perspective is going to be that things always work out for me. Okay, and what tool do I want to connect to that? Well, I'll be responsible to not have any type of anxiety of a little bit of connection to delusion. I don't want to be delusional. I want this to be my reality. Perfect. So that tool that's going to give you peace is responsibility. June 9th, write down that perspective. What do you want your perspective to be? Everything works out for me. I have a good team around me. I feel satisfied. I feel the that like my reality is always in my favor. Amazing. But let's give it tools. What tools will help you feel that way? Okay, well, I am extremely connected to noticing when I do something good for myself and others. I do not need validation. So I'm self aware. Usually people use self awareness against themselves. Let's use it being our own best friend as well. Okay? June 9th, write all of that down. Write it all down. I will be going over this a lot more in the master classes. My focus will be all about the relationship with yourself. And every masterclass, there's a total of four, is going to be focused on self, career, love, and family. I always focus on family because that's our biggest mirror. And sometimes that's what we want to stop mirroring back. Okay? Now, you're going to start feeling a little bit of both sides of the past and the present by June 12th. I invite you to not go into a roller coaster where it hasn't left because I still feel it. This is where I was talking about the tool of aggression on the last episode. Be aggressive, stay focused on a new perspective, highly focused. Stay there. Be like, okay, new perspective. This is what I'm nurturing. This is what I'm giving my energy to. This is what I'm giving my everything to, my new perspective. Okay, so you can give it strength and you can plant the seed and water it with that inner dialogue, with intention, with feeling. Okay, now very close by, I saw the date June 15th. June 15th shows up as a day where there's a little bit of confusion, almost like you're going to feel ungrounded, like I don't know what the reality is anymore. I see like even like worldwide a lot of like unknown things happening. I want you to ground that day. Don't take information and try to process it. No processing that day. That day, just observe and be like, okay, I'm detached. I'm not going to emotionally connect. I'm not going to react. Tool of detachment. Okay, the world is deciding to mirror this. The world is deciding to do this. I'm deciding to stay in my peace and make a list of what you do have control over. That's going to give you peace of mind. Okay, I have control over this, and this. Amazing. Sometimes even writing your toolbox, that inner toolbox you have openly and writing it down and reading it, you notice you have a lot. Oh my God, I am wealthy. I can take care of myself. That type of like reassurance to yourself is going to help June 15th. Nothing scary. I just see scattered energy. When there's scattered energy, people tend to go into fear more than reassuring themselves of what they have and what they have built because we go into that safety mechanism like, I need to be safe, I need to make sure I have everything I need, that type of pull. And we have to remember we are energy. That's what we are. And since we are energy, we co create with the creator. So we're choosing the experience we want to have every single day. It is a choice, but since we're co creating, there's things it's in the unknown, it's in the subconscious, unconscious energy, all of that, that we keep it in the back and we don't want to think about it. That kind of comes up and shows up for us to pay attention to. The more you fear that energy, the bigger it becomes. So we don't want things to be bigger than us. We don't want things to seem like they can overpower us. We always have to be detached, see it as it is, without that energetic connection, that emotional connection. We wanted to see it far away where we can be a little more analytical about it. Then, once you work on it, you process it with feeling, not emotional connection, because Emotion is energy in motion. The more emotionally you connect, the more bond you have, the stronger the pull, the stronger the fear. Okay? We don't want that. We don't want that. We want to feel, we want to process, we want to go into that inner dialogue and understand nothing can overpower us because we have the tools. And if I don't have the tool, then that means I'm activating it. June 15th has this energy, but it really shows up more June 15th. But those 5 days, I want you grounded. I want you noticing your strengths, not your weaknesses. And the weaknesses, if they come up, I want you to write them down and say, okay, how can I make them stronger? Because it's not that it's a weakness, it's just that I haven't practiced, I haven't worked out that tool. That's it. Okay? Now, let's go to June 20th. So the dates, there weren't many, but it's a strong month. June 27th is a date where magic can happen. For some reason, as I was channeling, I saw a lot of people winning a lot of things. That energy of I won. I did it finally. If it doesn't happen June 27th, I want you to take it as the opportunity of winning energy and owning that winning energy. Winning that energy that's going to help you feel enthusiasm, feel capable, feel potential. I've been talking about fake humbleness, fake humility. You don't want to be in that energy. That energy is when you're highly, highly protecting yourself with the over identification of victimization or over identification of being a good person. That makes you not recognize yourself. And we are here to recognize this fraction of light that we are and understand everyone is capable. Everyone has potential. Everyone, there's space for everyone. There's space for everyone to do whatever they want to do. Everyone is important. So if you want to feel important, you have to stop using the tool of comparison and focus on the true humbleness, true humility of understanding we all have the same superpowers as human beings. We are authentic and unique, and we all make it look extremely different, but we all are a fraction of light, creating more light. So if you're in a space where it feels kind of darkish this month, just know you're the light. It's not that it's dark, it's that you're lighting up new things, and that's a good thing. So focus on yourself, on your new perspective, on how everyone is capable, how everyone can do things. Maybe we all start at different points in life, but that's because we have an authentic story. So fall in love with your story this month. Honor your story, honor your lineage. If there's something about your lineage you don't like, start healing it. Super important. Start healing it now. We need that to be worked on by 2026. Promise you it's important. So even make a list of, I don't like these 3 things about my lineage. How can I exchange them? How can I transform them? How can I make them a tool that is so powerful in my life that I feel unstoppable? And that doesn't mean you're never going to feel vulnerable, by the way. Vulnerability is something we're exposed to on a day-to-day basis. But okay, those are the important dates of June. Have fun with them. Have fun. Notice your strength as a human being. We're so, so strong. And being perfect is not the strength, by the way. That's the weakness. Noticing our imperfection in the most beautiful light is what makes you authentic, is what makes you strong. It's what keeps you going. Okay? Have an amazing month. I'm sending everyone so much love. Such a big hug. Enjoy it. And enjoy the sunshine wherever you are. That's a very important part too. Bye.